What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to answer the most common question I get on this channel. Many low-level players often ask me which fishing rod should I buy to make even more money, and the choices they often give me is the Trident fishing rod, the King's fishing rod, or the Mythical fishing rod. And every single time somebody asks me this question, I always say the Mythical fishing rod. So in this video, I'm going to use a Mythical fishing rod at 5 different spots and show you exactly how much money you can make in each one of them. And if you guys like when I show you the exact amount of money you can make, let me know in the comments below, and also subscribe because I do appreciate it. And the main reason why I always lean towards a Mythical fishing rod in this question is because the Trident fishing rod has a lot of requirements and the King's fishing rod is not better. And one more thing about the Trident fishing rod, often new players ask another player to help them open the door to get the Trident fishing rod. But now if you buy the Mythical fishing rod, you could raise money to buy the other fishing rods, and on top of that you could also raise money to buy bait crates and quality bait crates. And now that you have better baits and better fishing rods, you could complete the bestiary in the desolate pocket and get the Trident fishing rod yourself. Now the main reason why the Mythical fishing rod is one of the best rods in the game is because it is capable of putting the mythical mutation on any fish. And to be more exact, every time you catch a fish, it has a 30% chance of catching this mutation. And I'm gonna be honest, even though it tells you 30% chance, it really feels like 80% chance. Like if you use this Mythical fishing rod, it almost feels like every other fish you get is a mythical one. And every single fish that gets a mythical mutation, it is worth 4.5 times more. So as you can see, the money could get crazy over time. Now if you're looking to buy the Mythical fishing rod, the only way you could buy it is by buying it from the traveling merchant. And it does cost $110,000, but I'm telling you, it is worth every single dollar. Now the best way to find the traveling merchant, in my opinion, is to stay at Moosewood and just hop servers. When you are hopping servers on Moosewood, he will spawn in 2 locations. The first one is by the docks and the second one is by the bait crates to the left of the docks. Now the enchantment you want to use is Resilient, but there's other options. The main reason I use Resilient is because I don't want to miss out on catching a mythical fish, because sometimes the mythical fish does resist a lot, so you might lose it. Now if you believe you're really good with the Mythical fishing rod and you don't need Resilient, the other option you could get is Hasty, and once you get Hasty, your lure speed will go up. And if you have a higher lure speed, you will catch more fishes per hour, so Hasty is a really good option. But I'm telling you, those mythical fishes resist a lot, so just be careful when you pick your enchantment. Now for the 5 examples I am going to show you, I did use coral bait because coral gives you good resilience and lure speed, but I wouldn't really advise it because getting coral bait is pretty expensive. But a bait that you could use that is really cheap and really good is the bagel, and the bagel gives you a 15% resilience boost, so that is really good when catching mythical fishes. Now if you don't need the extra resilience, you could use a night shrimp, and the night shrimp will give you a good lure speed and good universal luck, and because of that universal luck you will catch even more mythical fishes. And also one more thing you could do, if you have extra money, you could buy Merlin's luck, and to buy Merlin's luck you do have to spend $5,000 every 10 minutes, and in my opinion I think it's worth buying it when you have the money. Whenever I'm online I always buy Merlin's luck, but for these examples I'm not going to be using it. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how much I made in 5 different locations, and also I used no boosted luck or extra mutations. The only thing I used was the Mythical fishing rod with Resilient. For the first spot we are going to is the Captain Goldfish, and if you do want to increase your chances on catching the Captain Goldfish, you could fish during the daytime while using truffle worms as bait. Now obviously you're not going to have truffle worms because they are very expensive to get, so if you want you could use sundial totems to turn the nighttime to daytime to catch them even more often. But for this example I did not use truffle worms or sundial totems because I want you guys to see how much you can actually make without it. So at the Captain Goldfish I made $66,000 an hour using the Mythical fishing rod. Now one more thing a lot of players like to do at the Captain Goldfish, whenever they're fishing at the pond, usually any fish that isn't the Captain Goldfish they let go. And if you guys know, when you let go of the fish you will end your streak. But in my opinion I think you should just catch every single fish you see, because while catching every single fish I still made $66,000 an hour, and I know a lot of players like keeping their streak alive, so I wouldn't recommend doing this. And for the next location we are going to be going to the Golden Seahorse, and in order to find the Golden Seahorse you have to go to the back of the Forsaken Shore. Now while fishing at the Golden Seahorse, on average I made $54,000 an hour, which is kind of low, but I still had to test it out because the Golden Seahorse used to be a really good method to make money, and I know a lot of places have been buffed and nerfed in terms of money and XP, so I really thought the Golden Seahorse could still be good. I mean, they could still be good, you just have to use the preferred bait and time and weather. If you do want to catch the Golden Seahorse more often, you could catch it during the daytime with weird algae. In order to get weird algae as bait, you could get it from the quality bait crates, and it is very rare to get from it. So if you buy weird algae energy and sundial totems, you could catch even more golden seahorses. They do so for on average $3,000 to $4,000 every time. But hey, if you get the mythical mutation on it, you can sell it for even more money. For the third location and my favorite place I used to fish at when I was a low level is going to be at the manta rays, and at the manta rays we're going to make a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure to this day the manta rays is one of the most reliable ways to make money. And I don't think there has been an update that has either nerfed it or buffed it in any way, shape, or form. You could increase your chances while catching a manta ray is by fishing during the nighttime with shrimp bait. Now, shrimp bait is really cheap to buy. You could buy it at the regular bait crates on Moose Wood, but I'm pretty sure next to the merchant on the same island you could buy bait crates for $120. The manta ray is located in Roselit Bay, so it's not that far from Moose Wood. So on average, while fishing at the manta rays, I made $78,000 an hour, which I'm not really surprised because the manta rays do spawn more often. And since you could catch a lot of manta rays, they usually get the mythical mutation often as well. And if you were to sell the mythical mutation on the manta ray, you could sell it between $12,000 to $15,000 each. And you will be surprised how often you get the mythical mutation on the manta ray. So this place is always going to be my favorite place to go to when making a new account, so trust me, you should come here as well. For the fourth location, we are going to be going to the ancient isle to fish at the waterfall. Now at the waterfall you could get the mosasaurus, but because the mythical fish rod only can handle 2,000 kilograms, you will not be able to catch the mosasaurus, but you could catch everything else. And one more thing unique about this location, you could catch a lot of colossal squids. The other day I was thinking about this. I'm pretty sure the colossal squid spawns more at the waterfall than the snowcap island. And while fishing there, I actually caught 6 colossal squids while being there the entire time. And you could sell them for a decent amount of money. They sell for between $5,000 to $10,000 each. And if you somehow get that mythical mutation on them, you're gonna sell it for even more money. So while fishing at the waterfall, I made on average $72,000 an hour. If it was possible to catch the mosasaurus, you would make even more money. I'd say over $100,000 an hour. But I'm pretty sure the only way you could do this is by using the unbreakable enchantment on the mythical fishy rod. But I don't think it's really worth using it because the colossal squid and other mythical fishes might resist too much. I mean, yeah, you could use deep coral and get that 50% resilience boost, but I don't even think you're gonna be able to afford that. Regardless, it is a decent spot to fish at. And also one more thing about it, if you buy the king's fishy rod and while fishing at the ancient isle, you could catch a megalodon, because if you are fishing at the waterfall, you will be the first one at the megalodon event and possibly catch it. And for the final location, we are going to be going to the depths, and the depths does have some decent requirements. In order to enter the depths, you do have to get 100% best cherry and vertigo, and also get the depths key. And remember, if you need to catch the isonade, which is the mythical fish for the vertigo best cherry, you do have to catch it in the whirlpool itself, not inside. I do have a guide on it, so if you want to know more about it, you could check it out. Now, once you go in the depths, I do like to fish right next to the merchant because I don't know, I just like that spot. And on average, while fishing in the depths, I made $96,000 an hour, which is really good. But if you want to make over $100,000 an hour, you could use fish head. You could buy a bunch of regular bait crates and get a lot of fish heads, and they'll help you make even more money because both mythical fishes in the depths do prefer fish head as bait. So with the mythical fishy rod and resilience and fish head, you could easily make over $100,000 an hour. And imagine if you buy Merlin's Luck, you could make over $120,000 an hour. Like just like that, in 1 hour you could buy the king's fishy rod, and in another 2 hours you could buy the trident fishy rod. And if you really want to, you could save up a lot of money and buy the rod of the depths instead of the trident rod. However, one issue with that is you will have to appraise the relics to get the abyssal and hex version, and that could cost you between $1 to $5 million, because for me it did cost me $5 million. And one more thing about the depths, you do get a lot of enchant relics, so that's another benefit, another reason why you should go there. So in my opinion, the mythical fishy rod is always going to be my favorite money rod in the game until you get the rod of the depths or maybe even the trident rod. But yeah, that is all I got for today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.